Hi there. Don't you hate it when you get explosive diarrhea and you can't do anything about it? Well, now you can with Sea Diarrhea by Byron Simpson Company. The same company that brought you Sea Diarrhea. Anytime you feel the urge coming on, just take a swig of this magic potion and just like that, it takes away the explosive out of the explosive diarrhea, leaving you with normal diarrhea. And believe you me, it makes life a whole lot better. Ooh, now I have to go again. But Sea Diarrhea will help me along the way. See ya.
And now, your double take featured presentation.
I asked myself many times, what pushes a man to his limits? Takes him over the edge. Is it power, greed, jealousy? Maybe even money, women, or just pure rage? For the Tyone family, it was all of these things. 1 minute seems the whole world is yours, and just like that, it's gone, like shadows in the dark.
We were the most powerful crime organization in the country. People feared us. Those Fugazis know what would happen to them if they looked at us the wrong way. We find at the dinest restaurants and made company with the finest, most beautiful women and did whatever we wanted. We ran this town, led by the wisest, most respected man in the crime organization country, Don Tyone. Godfather Tyone was like a father to us. No, he was our father. His 2 sons died in a tragic boating accident. Ever since then, we were his only family. His 4 young prodigies. He brought us up to be strong and respectful. But he always told us to watch out for each other because we were like brothers. And nothing should be able to break that bond. He was right. We worked together, we watched each other's backs, and soon became a force to be reckoned with. And if anyone got in the way, the Fugazi got the serpent of death, our family symbol. Kind of like this small-time sucker who thought he could hustle us for some extra green. No matter how powerful we got, we never let anything get in the way of our friendship. Nothing. Not women, money, lust, greed, nothing. But soon that would all change. Deep down inside, we were only kids playing cops and gangsters. But in our world, the cash was real, and so were the bullets. It all started one crazy night in April. We threw Godfather a big birthday party celebration, invited all the players, and of course young, sultry babes. Little did we know, this would be the last night the Tyone family spent together. This would be the beginning of the end.
My answer is, well, my answer is this, because I got WrestleMania 35 on the line. I got WrestleMania.
There's one of the boys now, Marty Shaft Carson. He grew up in an orphanage until he ran away and worked for the Godfather. Boy, did he have a temper. He was a muscle of the group. If someone needed to get whacked, no matter how big or strong, Shaft would take that mother down. Guaranteed. He took no shit from anyone, and sometimes it would get him in trouble. Don always warned Marty to control his temper, or someday it would come back and destroy him. Marty listened like a good kid, but it was tough to control his temper. Tough to control one's inner rage, especially the rage Marty had inside him. That's Marty's wife, Melissa. Beautiful, isn't she? She minded her own business when the boys were at work. She didn't care where the green came from or how dirty it was. She just wanted more and more. There's Dan Calzone, the baby of the group. He was a mama's boy growing up in the hood. He was weak. Things got sticky. We were worried if Dano could cope. I don't blame him, though. When he was 12, he watched his folks get shot by Don Beniti, right in the head. He's never been the same since and never will be. Godfather worked with Dan to control his emotional outbursts, but in the end, it would be all up to Dan. He held up fine most of the time, but sometimes he would turn to drugs for help. cocaine, heroin, shit like that, the devil's food. We all thought that if Dan ever went down, it'd be as a result of his weak will and his drug habits. That's Dan's wife, another beauty. Casey Jones is her name. Dan met her at a strip club where she still works. Most of the girls do it to pay the bills, but she strips because she loves the thrill and chase of hundreds of men watching her every move and wanting a luscious body. She craves that excitement. She's a strong one. I admire her tenacity. We got along fine. And there's Robbie Rotini. Look at Robbie's style of ladies. The ladies sure loved him. He was a smooth player. He always knew what to say to the ladies. He always told us he could have any woman he wanted. And for the most part, he was right. Sometimes he'd leave with 2 or 3 of them. Robbie, he was a loose cannon. He was the crazy one of the group. He took what he wanted and didn't give a shit. He wouldn't even think twice, or once for that matter. But like all of us, he was a good kid, just a hard ass sometimes. And me, I was the quiet one. I let my actions speak for themselves. I was close with Godfather, maybe the closest out of the 4 of us. He didn't favor me though, he loved us all the same. He just knew there would be a time where one of us would have to take over the family business. So he paid close attention to me and prepared me for this task. The others knew it and embraced it. They saw exactly what the Godfather saw in me, the fashion and fire to be a leader. But what they didn't know was my infatuation for love and for power. Heck, I didn't even know. I was in a state of denial. My dear wife was raped and killed on the orders of Dustia Delany 5 years ago. Somehow I think all the love I devoted to her died when she passed away. And that's when my love for power began to grow inside me, slowly but surely. All the heavy hitters were at the party that night, even the heads of the rival families. Robbie didn't like it, but it's tradition to invite the other Dons to the Godfather's birthday celebration. It'd be an insult if we didn't. Anyway, Godfather always told us to keep our friends close, but our enemies closer. There's one of them, Raymond Cho. He was a decent man, but a dangerous one as well. I became close to him while we were dealing with each other on the side. I knew Godfather wouldn't approve, so I did it in secret. I figured no one would get hurt, and besides, it never hurts to make extra green for the family. That was just another mistake that my greed for power allowed me to make. There's the other boss, Don Ayubi. He's one of the most dangerous mothers in the business. Sometimes he would even do his own dirty work for the fun of it. He once stabbed a man to death with a pencil, a fucking big pencil. He stabbed him for 10 minutes, and when he was done, he got up, washed the blood and guts off of it, and put it back in his pocket. And there's that Fugazi FBI agent Remillard. The fucking heat. He busted Robbie, Cap, and Guido, our gun dealer, about a year ago. We paid him off once, and now he thinks he can ride us for an early retirement. Well, I'll give him an early retirement, all right. The Godfather told us not to touch him. He said we may need him someday, so we keep him happy. We invite him to all our parties, get him high, get him drunk, and send the hookers his way. Remillard was lucky, though. The Don told us not to touch him. Every one of us wanted to pop that cocky little Fugazi's face.
Shut the fuck up, Tyone's coming!
I had an uneasy feeling about that night, as I brought Godfather into a house full of friends and enemies, but was never prepared for what the Tyone family was about to face. I don't think any of us were.